Hello friends, myself Mr. Narendra Jangle from Gokhale Education Societies or M. Bhatt High School, Parel. Welcome students. Today we are going to study SSC Class 10th Maths Part 2 second chapter Pythagoras Theorem. From that chapter, today we are going to study practice set 2.1. This practice set is based on the following properties. So let us see that properties. First, Pythagorean triplet. Second, property of 30, 60, 90 triangle. Third, property of 45, 45, 90 triangle. Fourth, similarity and right angle triangle. Fifth, theorem of geometric mean. Sixth is Pythagoras theorem, and seventh is converse of Pythagoras theorem. Dear students, let us see practice set 2.1 from second chapter Pythagoras theorem. Question number 1 is identify with reason which of the following are Pythagorean triplets. So here triplets means a group of three natural numbers will be given and we have to decide which of the following, means either this triplet, this group of three number is a Pythagorean triplet. So how to decide? Let us see. So see the numbers 11, 60 and 61. These three numbers are given. So first decide which one is the largest number. So out of these three, 61 is the largest number. Then what we have to write? The first step, square of the largest number. How to decide Pythagorean triplet? If the square of largest number is equal to the sum of squares of remaining two numbers, then that group of three number is called Pythagorean triplet. That is our concept. Now here, square of largest number. First thing, we have to find the square of largest number, and that largest number is equal to 61. That means 61 square. That 61 square is equal to 3721. This is our statement number 1. So we get the square of largest number, 61 multiplied by 61. We get this square. Second step, sum of squares of remaining numbers. These remaining numbers are 11 square plus this 60 square. So is equal to 11 square is 121 plus this 60 square is 6 square is 36 and 2 zeros, 3600. Now here this sum is again 3721. So we get sum of the squares of remaining two numbers. So this is the sum of the squares of remaining two numbers. Now from 1 and 2, if both these squares are equal, means square of the largest number is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two numbers, then these numbers are Pythagorean triplet. And if these numbers are different, means not equal, sum of the square of the largest number is not equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two number. If not equal to, then not a Pythagorean triplet, and if equals, then Pythagorean triplet. So from 1 and 2, what we can write? Therefore from 1 and 2, what we can write? 61 square is equal to this 11 square plus 60 square. That means sum of the squares of remaining two numbers is equal to square of the largest number. So equal sign is there, and therefore what is our conclusion? 11, 60 and 61. This pair is a Pythagorean. This triplet is a Pythagorean triplet. So what is the difference? If is not equal, then here is not a Pythagorean triplet. If equal, then Pythagorean triplet. So let us see again here. Identify with reason which of the following are Pythagorean triplet. So let us find the largest number, then square of the largest number is equal to so and so. This is our step number 1. Then sum of the squares of remaining numbers is our step number 2. If both are equal, sum of the squares of remaining number is equal to square of the largest number. Then from 1 and 2, this largest number square is equal to sum of the squares of other two number, and therefore it is a Pythagorean triplet. And if not equal, then not a Pythagorean triplet. Now let us see next sum, that is sum number 3. So here in sum number 3, what is given? In this triangle QPR, angle P is 90 degree, means it is right angle triangle. Segment PM is perpendicular to QR, means in a right angle triangle perpendicular segment is drawn on the hypotenuse. That means it is related to similarity of right angle triangle. Here this PM is given 10, QM is 8, find QR. When we get QR, if we get MR, so first find MR, then QM plus MR we get the QR. So which theorem we have to use? Whenever in a right angle triangle the perpendicular is drawn on the hypotenuse, then theorem of geometric mean. So how to write? Answer. In triangle QPR, angle QPR is equal to 90 degree. In triangle so and so, angle QPR is 90 degree. Then what is given? Segment PM is perpendicular to segment QR, and this is given. That's why, therefore, by theorem of geometric mean, what we can write? This PM square, means that segment, perpendicular segment square, is equal to the product of the segments into which this hypotenuse is divided, is equal to QM into MR, and here reason must be there. That reason is theorem of geometric mean. Here it is the reason, theorem of geometric mean. By this theorem we can write this one. Therefore PM square means 10 square is equal to 8 multiplied by MR. 8 multiplied by MR. So PM square is equal to 100 is equal to 8 multiplied by MR. Therefore MR is equal to 100 divided by 8. So if we divide by 4, then we get 25 4s are 100 and 4 2s are 8. So MR is equal to 12.5. We get MR. Now we have to find this QR. So last step is, therefore QR, segment addition property. This QR can be written as QM plus MR. So QR is equal to QM plus MR region segment addition property. So by segment addition property, we can write this QR is equal to QM plus MR. Now substitute the value. QM is given, that is 8, plus MR is here 12.5, and therefore QR is equal to 12 plus 8, 20.5. So this is our answer. We have to find QR. So in this way we can use that theorem of geometric mean. So let us see that sum again. Here angle P is 90 degree and PM perpendicular QR. Therefore by theorem of geometric mean, PM square is equal to QM into MR. That is the theorem of geometric mean. Now substitute the values. 10 square, PM is equal to 10. 10 square is equal to 8 into MR. So 100 is equal to 8 into MR. So MR is equal to 100 divided by this 8. If we simplify, we get 25 by 2. Then after division, we get MR is equal to 12.5. Now QR can be written as QM plus MR, segment addition property. So 8 plus 12.5, we get 20.5. So in this way, we can use that theorem of geometric mean. Now let us see next. So in this fourth sum, again one figure is given in triangle PSR. Angle P is given 30 degree. Angle S is 90 degree, that is the symbol. So we can find the remaining angle of that triangle. If one is 30, other is 90, third must be 60. And SR is given 6, then we have to find RP, means PR and PS. That two sides we have to find. Here 30, 60, 90 triangle is there. So we have to use that property. Then how to use that property? In triangle so and so. In triangle PSR. In triangle PSR, what is given? Angle S is equal to 90 degree. That symbol is given. Angle P is equal to 30 degree given. Therefore, angle R must be 60 degree and reason is remaining angle, because sum is 180, remaining angle of triangle. Or we can write property of sum of measures of angles of triangle. So here sum is 180 degree, therefore one is 90, other is 30, so the third must be 60 degree. And therefore what is our conclusion? Triangle PSR is which type of triangle? 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree triangle. So you know the property of that 30, 60, 90 triangle. The side opposite to 30 degree is half the hypotenuse, and the side opposite to 60 degree, this is 60 now, is opposite to 60 degrees root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Now use that theorem. Now when we use any theorem, we have to write the reason. So here, therefore side opposite to 30 degree means SR. SR is equal to 1 upon 2 PR. Reason 30, 60, 90 triangle theorem or property. So SR is given 6 is equal to half into PR, and therefore PR or RP is equal to 6 to the 12. So we get one of the answer. Here it is 12. Now second, we have to find SP. SP is opposite to 60 degree. Now we get this value. This is 12. This is 12. Now hypotenuse is 12. Then opposite to 60 degree is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Therefore PS is equal to root 3 upon 2 into PR. here again the same reason, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle theorem or triangle property. So by that property, side opposite to 60 degree is root 3 by 2 times the hypotenuse. So we get root 3 upon 2 multiplied by this 12. To 2 ones are 2 6 we get 6 root 3. So PS is equal to 6 root 3. So in this way we can use that 30 60 90 triangle theorem. So here see again, in this figure one angle is given 30, other is 90, so remaining angle must be 60. Here we can write the reason, the remaining angle of triangle. Now our conclusion is this triangle is of this type, 30 60 90 triangle. Now use that theorem. Therefore SR is equal to half PR, means side opposite to 30 degree is half the hypotenuse, so we get this one, and we get PR 12. PS is opposite to 60 degree, so root 3 by 2 times the hypotenuse, and we get PS is equal to this one. So in this way we can solve this, use this 30 60 90 triangle theorem. Now next one is 45 45 90 triangle theorem. Let us see that sum number 5. In sum number 5 we have to use this 45 45 90 triangle theorem, but it is the activity. You know, when two sides of a triangle are congruent, then that triangle is called isosceles triangle. So here if you observe the figure, in triangle ABC, AB equals BC is given, so it is isosceles triangle, means this angle is equal to this angle, and one angle is 90. Therefore sum of the remaining two angles must be 90, and both are congruent, means it is 45 45 90 triangle. Whenever it is isosceles right angle triangle, the measures are 45 45 90. So here activity we have to complete. So we have to fill in the boxes. So what is AB equals AC? What is the reason? That is given. AB equals BC, that is given. Now these two sides are congruent, therefore converse of isosceles triangle theorem, which angles are congruent? Angle BAC congruent angle BCA. So angle BCA, and each is of 45 degree. So by that 45 45 90 triangle theorem, what we can write? AB equals BC is equal to, means that perpendicular sides is equal to 1 upon root 2 into hypotenuse, 1 upon root 2 into AC. So here we get 1 upon root 2 into hypotenuse is root 8, AC value is given. So again this root 8 can be written as root 4 to the 8, means 2 root 2. So here we get again 1 upon root 2. Now this root 2 and this root 2 get cancelled, and final answer is 2. Here how will we get this 2 root 2? See here, this root 8, you know the laws of surds, can be written as 8 means 4 multiplied by 2. So we get root 4 into root 2. Root 4 means 2, and this root 2. So we get this step. So in this way, this root 8 is directly converted into 2 root 2. So our answer is 2. So in this way we can complete this activity. Now let us see sum number 6. Find the side and perimeter of square whose diagonal is 10. Dear friends, in such type of sums, this either square or rectangle. In rectangle we have to use the Pythagoras theorem always, but in square, instead of Pythagoras, always use the formula for diagonal of square. That is easy because our 6th chapter last chapter 7th is mensuration, and in exam we can solve the sum according to that chapter, last chapter mensuration or this Pythagoras. So here it becomes easy to use the formula. So what is the formula? Diagonal of square. For diagonal there is one formula. So diagonal of square is equal to root 2 into side, root 2 into side, and therefore what we get, this side is equal to, side of square is equal to diagonal divided by root 2. So diagonal divided by root 2. So diagonal is 10. Therefore side is equal to 10 divided by root 2. Now rationalize the denominator. 10 multiplied by root 2 divided by root 2 into root 2. So we get 10 root 2 divided by 2. So we get 2 ones are 2 5s are 5 root 2 is the side of that square. 5 root 2 is a side of that square. Now we have to find second thing, perimeter. Therefore perimeter of square, you know the formula for perimeter of square, 4 into side. So 4 into side is the formula to calculate the perimeter. So 4 multiplied by 5 root 2 is equal to 20 root 2 centimeter. That is the perimeter. So in this way easily we can find the diagonal side. Diagonal is given, then side, the formula is diagonal is equal to root 2 into side. So we get side is equal to diagonal divided by root 2 and side is equal to 10 divided by root 2. So we get rationalization of denominator, 5 root 2 is our answer, and then perimeter is 20 root 2. Now let us see next sum. Now let us see this ninth sum, in which what is given, in triangle PRQ, angle R is 90 degree. Angle R is 90 degree and M is the midpoint of QR. Then prove that PQ square is equal to 4PM square minus 3PR square. Now how to prove? First step, if we consider triangle PRQ, which is right angle triangle. So in triangle PRQ, what is given? Angle PRQ is equal to 90 degree. So in right angle triangle we can use the Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, if we use Pythagoras theorem in this triangle, which one is the hypotenuse? PQ. PQ square is equal to PR square plus QR square. Therefore by Pythagoras what we can write? PQ square is equal to PR square plus QR square. This is our statement number 1, and reason is Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras we can write this one. Now second step, if we consider this triangle again, PRM, this is again a right angle triangle. So in triangle PRM, angle PRM is equal to 90 degree. So this R is 90 degree. So again use the Pythagoras. So we get here PM square is equal to PR square plus RM or MR square. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. Now use Pythagoras theorem here. So we get PM square is equal to PR square plus MR square. Pythagoras theorem. Reason Pythagoras theorem. Now if we observe the figure again, this QR and M is the midpoint, so MR is equal to half QR. We can write this segment is equal to this segment is equal to half of QR. So instead of MR we can write half QR. Now let us substitute that value. So we get PR square plus this is half QR and bracket square. Since here we can write MR is equal to half QR. Reason. If we write the reason, then it becomes better for examiner and you both. So PM square is equal to PR square plus squaring 1 upon 4 QR square. Now multiplied by 4. The whole equation is multiplied by 4. So we get 4 PM square is equal to 4 PR square plus this 4 get cancelled, we get QR square. Now find the value of QR square. Therefore QR square is equal to 4 PM square minus 4 PR square. Here we can use that Apollonius theorem also, but it is in the next exercise. That's why we use this one. So this is our second step. Now from 2, if we substitute this value of QR in equation 1, now substitute or put QR square in equation 1. So substitute this value. So equation 1 is PQ square is equal to PR square plus, now instead of this QR square, this one, we have to write 4 PM square minus 4 PR square. 4 PM square minus 4 PR square. Therefore we get our result PQ square is equal to this 4 PM square as it is. 4 PM square as it is, and here PR square minus 4 PR square we get minus 3 PR square. So that is we have to prove. That's a proof. So here what we have to prove, PQ square is equal to 4 PM square minus 3 PR square. We get this result. So listen this sum again. In triangle PRQ, first use Pythagoras theorem. So we get PQ square is equal to PR square plus QR square. Now second triangle is PRM, again right angle triangle. Use Pythagoras. PM square is equal to PR square plus MR square. But MR is equal to half QR because midpoint is given. So substitute half QR bracket square. So PM square is equal to PR square plus 1 by 4 squaring 1 by 4 QR square. So it is PR square half square QR square, squaring it is 1 by 4 QR square. Now multiplied by 4. So we get 4 PM square is equal to 4 PR square minus this 4 get cancelled QR square. Simplify and find the value of QR square. So QR square is equal to 4 PM square minus this 4 PR square. Now substitute this QR square in equation 1. Here it is equation 1. So PQ square plus PR square as it is plus QR square. Instead of that we substitute this 4 PM square minus 4 PR square. Now simplify. 4 PM square term remains as it is. This minus 4 PR square and plus 1 PR square, we get minus 3 PR square. Hence it is proved. So in this way we can solve that practice set 2.1. Here that practice set 2.1 is completed. Try to solve the remaining sums at home, and if you have any doubt in these sums, then write in a comment box. Then in next videos I will try to prepare the video on that doubts. If you like my video, then please press the like button and subscribe my channel and share the video to your friends. That's why the friends also get the benefit of that video.